Salut tout le monde, c'est Fusery et on se retrouve pour l'épisode 4 de NBA 2K16. Bon, on continue la carrière sur cette belle musique. On était à faire un match de NBA, alors on va le faire. Attends juste le petit chargement. Et j'oublie toujours de mettre le chrono. Allez, continuez. Premier match NBA, c'est parti.
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, I've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Ok, le coach qui...
Here we go. My first
fait mal.
NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest,
C'est
I'm
moi.
a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was
Attends,
born
on
to
va
do.
en arrière, faut m'écouter.
I hope I can make my family proud.
Le nouveau basketteur de l'extrême. Va venir le nouveau superstar de la NBA. Ouais, applaudissez. Ouais, tutu. Bon. On est les Nets de Brooklyn. Ah, c'est joli.
At the shooting guard position, 6 feet 4 inches, number 6, Sean Kilpatrick. At small forward, standing 6'8", number 44, Bojan Bogdanovic. Starting at the other guard,
Ah non, les Blues.
at 6
Oh,
foot
c'est
3
parfait.
inches, number 2, Jared Jack. At the other forward position, standing 6'8", number 30, Thaddeus Young. A 7-foot center from Stanford, number 11, Brook Lopez. The head coach of your home team. Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. The Nets will look to their home court advantage, just one game here in Brooklyn. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season. They were dominated last year, not a good matchup for them, going 1-3 in the season series.
And this, the first of 3 games these two teams will play against.
NBA appearance from Freak.
You know, and what a huge moment this is for him. I mean, your whole life has been spent leading up to this, and finally he's going to get to take the court in the end.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Nets lead by 12. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
Ah bah j'ai rien fait pour l'instant.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy.
J'ai rien fait.
But I know it's just the beginning.
J'étais sur le bord tout le
I got a
long.
lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I can be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective from most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game.
translate to consistent production on the court.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And the Nets have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own that paint and just dominate the backboard.
Well, Greg, you can't dominate the boards unless all 5 guys are making the effort to box out and chase down the ball.
Freak, he's in at center. Wayne Ellington is out there with Donald Sloan. Then it's Robinson, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. To the middle, there's Freak. It's rebounded by Portis.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Butler kicks to Gasol. And the shot is good. Gasol's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Bulls.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant and made it big.
Sloan dishes to Freak. The high post shot, and Gasol sends it back.
Comment pour j'ai raté?
Moore outside. Butler on the wing. Here's Portis with some arc. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Brooklyn leading by 8. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Here's Sloan. He has 6. Freak passes to Ellington. Just 5 to shoot. Right wing. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
What?
Some changes for Brooklyn. Lopez comes in. And we finished one half of basketball. Brooklyn.
D'accord, je suis retourné sur le banc. Génial. Bon, il se tire. Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. First, our offense. We were tight at the end of the floor. Everything was working, and I don't want to see us get away from that game plan at all in the second half. On the flip side, I liked what I saw out of us on D. There was good communication. Keep talking and cooperating, just like that. The pace of the game, just to bring that up real quick, isn't a huge concern because I think we're suited to play at any speed. But somewhere in the middle of the tempo spectrum would probably be ideal. This game shouldn't be as close as it is. We're the better team. You know it, I know it, and they know it. Now let's get out there and prove it.
Ah, le mec il est chaud, d'accord.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
C'est bon.
.133 left here in the fourth quarter. So for Chicago right now, at the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. Derrick Rose is out there with Doug McDermott.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Nets.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, Steve, and in the end, but, you know, they had to weather a few storms along the way, Clark, and that's all part of the story.
That's right, Kevin. I mean, this is by no means a runaway that it might appear to have been. I mean, it was a scrappy performance all the way through.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Lopez. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Here's Freak. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Mais what? Mais simple.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. Here's Sloan. The feed to Freak. Stolen by Noah. And they're pushing it up. And it's Butler with the jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A confident win.
C'était chaud, hein? NBA, c'est je galère.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Brook Lopez. He delivered quite a star performance. Not uncommon, as we've seen him have this sort of terrific night many times.
Just a dominant display by Brook Lopez in the post tonight. Lopez is a threat on multiple levels. His offense is always going to be there, but his defense isn't far behind. And I don't think he gets enough credit for his rebounding either. He's solid all around.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.
Allez, hop, continuez. Là, c'est chaud quand même. Bloquer ma carrière, je sais pas ce que c'est, bon, tant pis. De navigation. Narration joueur. Non, non, je veux pas ça. Ouais, pas. Regarde ce que c'est en même temps. Hein.
To say basketball's important to Rivet City is an understatement. The city's largest rivet manufacturer has converted space into the new home of the Rough Riders. Molten iron, steel backboards, and chain nets complement the aggressive play, relentless D, and screen-rattling dunks exhibited by these hardcore players. They're looking to brush off last year's third-place finish and dominate every rival day of the My Park Championship. The Ballers have moved to the grounds of the Sunset Beach Resort, featuring a 1.5 million gallon aquarium with whale sharks, manta rays, turtles, and a water slide that passes through the center of it all. With their zen-like composure, the Ballers are dangerous from long range, and their bigs have an uncanny ability to position themselves to rebound anything the shooters miss. The Old Town Flyers have a new address just a few miles upstream.
Non, mauvais bouton.
tall. The defending champs are some of the best ball handlers around, which is evident by their flashy dribbling, passes, and alley-oop plays. They'll be a force to reckon with as they look to win back-to-back championships.
J'ai rien pour l'instant. Pas bon. On va quitter ça, je vais voir ce que c'était. Et continuer. Année de rookie. C'est parti.
We got Kevin Durant up next. And you know he'll come to play. I love his versatility, but that makes shutting him down next to impossible. Coach gave us a full breakdown of what to expect. We watched plenty of film. But sometimes you just gotta throw all that out the window and settle things on the court. And I'm ready. Bring it, KD.
Bon. NBA, c'est un match chaud, on va voir ce qu'on peut faire.
Thanks for joining us live for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan.
It's been a nice clean game.
So for the Thunder, their last game, a win against the Jazz in Utah.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have.
Ouais.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Nets were the hottest team and story a few years back, certainly, but last season they were put up for sale, surprisingly to some, Clark, midway through the year.
Yeah, that was odd timing given the new arena and rebranding. I mean, you would think after all that effort to rebuild the team, you would see it through.
And Sloan kicks to Freak. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Sims. No good. And the Thunder going the other way now.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Durant for three. Again, Durant missing.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Here's Sloan. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Clock at 4. From deep. It's hauled in by Collison. The Thunder leading by 5. Puts it up. That doesn't go either for Durant.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Sims. And there's the 3-second violation.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Sloan. Averaging about 7 points, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
And all indications are that he's been working hard on his game. It just hasn't shown up in the box score yet.
Adams' shot is good.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now?
Oh,
some hard-earned second chance points.
Nets trail by 7. 52 seconds left to play in the first. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Carson, who's checked in for free. So we've reached the end of the first half of play.
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with Russell Westbrook. And Russell, how confident are you that regardless of what defender you see in front of you, you can get what you want?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work.
Ah, on va s'asseoir.
Okay, everybody, pay attention. We definitely got some stuff to go over from the first half. We're not going to let this game get away from us. I'll start with what's been a solid offensive effort for us. We're shooting the ball well because we're not trying to do too much. If the shot hasn't been there, you guys haven't forced it. Good work. Looking for an area to improve on is our scoring in the...
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
Boy, they struggled trying to contain Westbrook. He has 15 points and his huge assist tally.
Willie Reed.
Nets have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. And for the Nets, Freak in at power forward. He's out there with Sergei Karasov. Reed out there with Jarrett Jack. And it's Kilpatrick in at the 2. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. And that sends Freak to the free throw line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Mitch McGary's checked in for Enes Kanter. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. Singler, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Foy in for Roberson. And the Nets making a change here as well. Larkin's checked in.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Oklahoma City leading by 23. Westbrook kicks to Foy.
Remember, for a long time, flopping was like the #1 concern in the NBA. I mean, it still happens a lot, but the rules have curbed it quite a bit. We have seen less and less flopping the last few years.
Shot's good.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Thunder have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Right side, Westbrook. High post shot. And that's good for 2. Westbrook's got 20. Some doubt at how the flopping fines would have worked. Overall, there have been less egregious flops for the better in the NBA.
Yeah, and there will always be room for embellishment, but I like the fines because it really does minimize the number of extravagant flops. Guys have adjusted, and they're not laying down as much as they used to.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for McGarry. Baca comes in for Nick Collison. Durant's checked in for Singler, and it's Andre Robertson in for Randy Foy. Shots good by Ibaka. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Lopez. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 5 rebounds tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Passes it to Kilpatrick. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
Well, the game's getting bigger, going international. But at least in the U.S., it really seems the game is going indoors. Back in the day, the legends of the game still played on the blacktop. That's becoming a thing of the past.
Dion Waiters checked in for Oklahoma City. Westbrook dishes to Ibaka. Left side, Adams. He feeds it to Durant. Adams, the pass to Durant. Here's Westbrook. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. 22 points for Russell Westbrook. And speaking, Clark, of playground basketball, why do you think that is, that the players are going indoors?
Well, I think one reason is playing on hardwood is nicer. It's easier on your joints and safer overall. The game has changed and it's big business now, but there are still plenty of weekend warriors who get their hoop on outside.
Outside Durant. Dishes it to Waiters. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Adams, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Oklahoma City.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just at times.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Russell Westbrook. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Durant with it. Feeds it to Collison. And he dunks it down.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Sloan. To end the drought. It's hauled in by Adams. Now here's Payne. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they
Non
get
c'est
the
que pour autant pas faire
win. This
peur,
game
ça.
may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, some great work.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Kevin Durant.
This was vintage Kevin Durant we saw tonight, fellas. Just tearing it up. He's got the most diverse set of skills out there from an offensive.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, living the dream. Mad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives, like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek. Wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the strip. Oh, I mean, he would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash. Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
Not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas. And I said I wouldn't do it. Because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a two-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, "Yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game." I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. So you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me. Naturally, I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. I was mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, well, check this out, though. You need to train that hottie before you leave the house, though. Yo, he's hotties ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
But Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
No. Me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome. We always imagined making it to the pros. And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dab, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me, announce my name on the loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations! So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, Jiminy Crickets. I'm going to be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's going to affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's going to affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's going to affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the Raptors in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, Vic, gotta go! Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause.
C'est un peu long, non?
Clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this. Nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the U.S. of A., the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Bon.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You can see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.
Oh, c'était une longue cinématique. Écoutez ce que le coach voulu de nous. Et tout bon. Bon, on va se laisser là pour cet épisode. C'était Fuselé et à la prochaine show tout le monde. J'espère que cet épisode vous aura plu. N'hésitez pas à commencer, laissez un petit pouce bleu, ça serait sympathique. Bon, salut tout le monde. Peace.